My schedule has been a complete fucking mess for the past 4 days. I was planning on streaming Thursday and Friday until after the stream on Wednesday, at which point I was so kindly informed that I would not have a spare 30 minutes or more over the preceding days, so that ended up not happening. But we're back. We're back. It's Monday at 5 p.m. and streaming can continue at least for today. I posted up on the Mastodon that I didn't know what the schedule was going to be like through the end of July, and that is pretty much going to remain the case for as long as I am currently aware. Other good news. I bought a new computer. So that's fun. Hopefully I'll be able to stream and record at the same time on that computer. It's significantly better. And that would potentially allow me to actually do some video editing. I have considered how I might do that, because at one point I did say that I don't do video editing because of a permanent injury that I received to my arm. But I thought that maybe if I do a little bit more research on hotkeys, then I can shove more of the right-hand movements in video editing over to my left hand, and that would make things more agreeable. Anyways, Profile 1, Recollection 5, Progression, blah blah blah. Let's see if I remember. We had just beaten up the child, and now we're in 5th era. The event is all units will begin their turn 20 initiative points sooner. I think, yeah, recently I had a bunch of daughters die. I think I sent them on a rescue, and the rescue was in fact not possible for me. Let's see what we got going here. We have Penance, which is possible, and we have a Hard Hunt. Those two should be possible to take. Hopebreaker. I don't know what a Hopebreaker is. Painslinger is the corrupted Soul Slinger, so that's the gunner. What is a Hopebreaker? Have I not met one of those before, or am I just not remembering? Where's the Corrupted Daughter section? I have not seen a Hopebreaker before. That is probably this thing. Whatever that is. It's all grayed out. It's black on a black background, so I can't really see what the outline is supposed to be. The Penance is nothing specific, so that should be the second thing that I finish after the hunt. Let's start off with that. Let's take an even mix of everything into this one. So we're going to take the Scythe Dancer, Blade Master, Shield Bearer, and Soul Slinger. In no particular order. We'll take Phyllis Desire because she's lower on experience. And probably more likely to die in the Penance. Candide, you're coming because you're the only Scythe Dancer. Blade Master, who do we got? True, your counterpart is more likely to live. And then Soul Slingers will take Miracle, because she's... no, we'll take Modesty. They're the same level. Modesty's lower health, so we'll have more people to cover. Let's see how this works out. Ugh.
We cannot balk from what lies ahead.
I can balk all I want. Balk the balk, walk the walk, talk the talk.
Joy will walk
Cock the
these
cock.
streets again.
Oh, we are in deep, deep shit. Okay. Candide, you're gonna have to save our lives. somehow. That Grief Master is going to be a big old fucking problem. But none of these things are going to be able to attack us until after our turn. Maybe? No, that thing's going to be able to attack sooner. This is going to suck. Alright. Candide. You are going to need to take your max movement to get in range of both of these things. Both of these things are going to be targeting you. Now, where are... Both of the Reapers are up there. I don't think there's going to be a chance of us being able to get to them before their second turn, and they're going to leap and then do a lot of damage. The Grief Master, we should be able to handle that with everyone on hand. Apart from Candide. Candide will probably... I would say... Oh, please don't crash. Thank you. Candide might be able to solo these two. I genuinely don't know. That Infest is probably going to buff the Grief Master. Ain't nothing to it but to go through it. So I need to throw on a dance, a deadly dance. That's going to leave me with 70, so that'll give me 20 worth of movement. But I also don't want to get in range of the infested. This thing might... I don't know whether or not this thing is going to attack Modesty or Candide. It's probably going to attack Modesty. Desire, you're going to have to tank both of the Reapers, probably. I don't know. This is going to be a weird one. Let's move you forward 1. That thing won't be able to hit you. Deadly Dance. This is your only move. Now both of those get to go. Okay. Still in range. And in backstab position. Good. Fortunately, all of these things... Let's see. You are going to leap to whoever's closest. I can get over to you, I can slam, and then I can move over 1, and then hold. I think that's the play. Hit it with a slam. Get a delay in. I guess I'm not moving over. Sure. Modesty, you are going to be able to move before everyone else. These two aren't together, so I'm not going to be able to do anything with that. You're flanking the Grief Master, and it would probably behoove me to kill this thing first, so that True can assist Candide with the other two. Fortunately, Shot will still do decent damage from the flank. Particularly because Modesty has that buff that gets her an additional hit, so this'll kill.
Shred them down.
Good. True. You are not in range to Ghost Strike or Sidestep. Let's see if there is a way for me to hit both of these things. I really don't want to be in a situation where giving True Ghost Strike is going to place... Well, actually, no. I just need to do a Lightning Strike and a Slash if I can manage. 60 AP is 110. If I use a sidestep, that leaves me with 115, so I'll be able to do a Lightning Strike and a Slash. That'll happen. Unless I am not close enough, which is surprising. Guess I'm going to focus on the Hate Dancer.
I revel in her strength.
Yep, that's kind of what I got in me. This thing, I don't think is going to be able to do anything. But let's get in position so that True will be able to assist in killing. We'll take that thing's armor. Probably worth it just to kill. What in the heck?
Shred them down.
Abigail Sod. Crazy potential. La da 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 da. I have seen this exact prompt before. How long have you been? How long has your account existed? For 1 hour. Goodbye. Man. A lot of bots on Twitch, huh? Okay, I kind of don't want to be in a position where the Infested is going to hit me. That might just be how the cookie crumbles. True, I'm gonna have to rely on you. Yeah, do your deadly dance, that's fine. Desire, you are on the edge of these things' movement range. And you are going to be taking their attacks shortly. If I move you here, and then Blacksmith's Grace, it's going to cost me a whole bunch of hit points. But then I get a shit ton of armor, and then these things should not be able to hurt me. Modesty? I would say to do Intercepting Round, but that's sort of a waste of hit points. Spirit Haste doesn't do anything for us. I can't get into range to shoot that thing without placing myself in danger. We're just gonna have you hang back a little bit. Yep. Candide, you're going to move up behind Desire. And I can't Deadly Dance with you yet, but we'll keep that on tap just in case. And then this thing has got to die. So that's a Sidestep, a Lightning Strike, and then we can take the rest of our movement to move backward. Okay. Yep. Desire takes 0 damage because she's built like that. Interruption Reflex, that's a new one. Hey, Delului, I have not seen you in a while. How are you doing? Let's see, what is that? Reflex. Interrupts a daughter trying to move out of melee range. Okay, that's fine. I have no intention of moving out of melee range. Deal up to 515 damage 3 times. That's fine. I would prefer if Candide could strip your armor, but unfortunately, I don't think that's an option. So we're just going to take our anger out on you. Okay, you jump to Desire as well. Grand. Still not moving out of melee range. Candide. We're gonna move you up one and give you Reaping. So you can steal this guy's armor and probably kill him. Absolutely. Love that attack.
Only fuels me.
And that leaves
Remember
Modesty to clean this guy up. Doesn't make sense to give anyone Spirit Haste because we don't know where anything's going to spawn, so let's just move together. Lose armor, sidestep, get you into position, and then we'll be fine. Right, next wave is what?
What horrors must we face?
Painslinger, Painslinger. Both of them, actually, yep, both of them up top. Good news is we have time. Desire, you go up.
you will stay
Oh,
with
shit.
us forever.
Aha, see? That's a new thing. Corrupted Detonation. Deal 730 damage to target and 370 to zone. Is this an upgraded Painslinger? I really hope not. What is this? Interrupt an ally attack and switch position into Corrupted Sidestep. You have abilities from all of the other classes. And a shit ton of armor. Okay, you are a high priority target. Congratulations. Candide? You're probably gonna have to take point. Modesty, I would love if you were able to actually get into a position to be able to give people Spirit Haste. See, there's no way to know where this thing is going to move. These things are going to run away from Candide. And they're going to preferentially target Modesty. I would love to Spirit Haste True, but she doesn't have the right initiative order for it to matter. Candide can get ahead, though it won't really do anything. She probably needs to go solo that Hopebreaker, so let's give her Spirit Haste. And then Modesty, you're just gonna have to back everyone up when the time comes. You're not able to get over. True, you're gonna have to take the side route to get over to the Painslingers. It could just target Desire. That's always a possibility. Definitely going to move. Let's give her a Deadly Dance. And then move to cover, just in case. Now, True, you are going to take your max movement to get over to be close to the Painslingers. Deadly Dance goes off. Desire, it's your turn. I'm going to have you center up right here. Nothing is going to be able to attack you immediately. You move.
My daughters.
Or you shoot. I didn't realize that was going to be a problem.
Done.
Ooh, that's bad.
Flesh is its
Okay, take your
canvas.
max movement. That's going to be interesting. I am sorry, Desire, I got you too close. Alright, Modesty. Let's see. Drew is going to be able to go and kill one of the Pain Slingers. Desire is not going to be able to go before the Infested. I need to get Modesty into a position where it should be able to assist. The only thing I can do is take a shot or give Spirit Haste. Which one is the better option? Candide's not going to be able to do anything with her Deadly Dance at the moment. She's probably going to have to take additional movement in order to kill the Hopebreaker. Desire is going to be able to move before the Painslinger. On the right, True is going to be able to kill the Painslinger on the left. Maybe I give Desire an additional initiative advantage in order to guarantee the kill on the second Painslinger, because she does not do enough damage otherwise. But I might want to give it to Candide so that she can move again in advance of the Hopebreaker, because otherwise she's not going to be able to attack twice. Yep, that's going to be my choice. Alright. You'll do both of your Deadly Dances. They're kind of wasted, but that's fine. You move up to the Hopebreaker, and you hit it with Reaping. You steal its armor, and that's good, and it's almost dead. You'll go before... Oh, no, you're not going to go before it. That thing's going to give it... Shit. Give you armor. You are going to need to kill this one.
Is it gone for good?
Desire is going to have to use delay tactics on the other one. That's bad. That could be worse. Uh-huh. How much is that? 50? Alright. Giant leap it is. Actually, how much is one movement? 10? It's 50 to move here, or 45 to move with giant leap. Both of those kind of suck. If I just take max movement, I'm not going to have enough, so I do need that extra 5 AP. Get over there, give you a slam. Initiative offset up to there, so now I'll be able to go before you again. Modesty. Doesn't make sense for you to boost Candide at the moment. I think you need to assist in killing that thing. Which movement is that going to cost? 35. You won't be able to get a second shot off on it. Wrathful Rain will take the same amount of movement. Maybe I'm gonna have to have you burst. I think I have to. Because I'm only going to be able to deal... Well, I mean, there's a chance I could kill if I crit. But that's not likely to happen, plus this thing has dodge chance, so... Okay. What was that? Interruption. Interrupt an attack and an ally and switch positions and deal 1,890 damage to the enemy. Oh shit, that's annoying. Well, point still stands. Now I basically have to use detonating shot, otherwise this thing is going to live.
I revel in her strength.
That sucks. At least that thing's ability no longer is gonna go off. I would love to leave this thing to Desire. Desire will be able to handle that. Let's sidestep here. And then I can move up to here and still Lightning Strike. But I can't hit it with Lightning Strike, so I'll have to hit it with Ghost Strike. And that's fine. Candide gets to finish. And pull armor off. And now Desire gets to finish this thing. Maybe, possibly. Yep. Okay.
Only fuels me.
Pain only fuels you. You mean pain as in agony, or pain as in the French word for bread? Be specific, it's important. No idea where any of the enemies are going to start spawning. Kind of scared to ask. I don't know. Not really any good place to be. Alright.
They keep coming for us.
Oh, good. That's actually pretty much ideal. We'll just back off. Candide, you are going to move up here and throw on a well, throwing on a deadly dance here doesn't make much sense. I guess you could hit one of them. It'll be fine. True, you ready up? Desire, you go to the front and do tank things. Yeah.
It will reap what suffering has sown.
Get your armor stolen. You do that. Candide, you're just gonna hit them with a mow. And hit the other one with a stealing. Modesty, you can probably just kill both of them. Yep.
Impressive.
Okay, that could have gone a lot better. Everyone lived. Modesty could be in better shape, but
Remember, we do this for the
again,
child.
everyone lived. True, you got a trait. What'd you get?
Rise, daughter. Rise and fight.
Ooh. Ooh. More damage. You're gonna swing like a truck. I enjoy that. Now let's take a look at the Hopebreaker. Evolution on the Corrupted Daughters, who can quickly close distance and has exploding ranged attack and an interrupt that can save her allies, who will focus the closest daughter. Yeah. I know what she is. She is a combination of all of the other Corrupted Daughters, which is a pain in the ass, but such is life. Now, this one doesn't specify what I'm going to face, but it's probably going to suck. Let's just take our best 3 in. What could go wrong? I could lose all 3 of them is what could go wrong.
Yes. Lay waste to what I have built.
Shut up, Suffering. At least I'm assuming you're suffering. You might not be.
Joy will walk these
Ah,
streets
yes.
again.
This spawn. That's annoying. Um, Giant leap. You have a range of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you can hit 5 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I forget what your diagonal distance is. Cool. That means you can hit this thing. Okay. That's gonna be your initial gambit. Miracle, let's see what you got going on. You are in Shit Creek. It's not gonna tell me... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, you're not gonna tell me how much the... You're gonna tell me how much the maggot's worth, but you're not gonna tell me how much the Painslinger's worth. Thanks. I wish you weren't like this. 83 armor, I can take 3 shots and maybe move out of the way of the Painslinger? Possibly, maybe? That Griefmaster is going to chase me down. The Painslinger's probably in range to kill. Let's see. I shoot you twice. Does my shot do 600 damage? No, the damage is bugged. Okay. If I shoot you twice, I could potentially kill, and then have another 40 movement. Let's do that.
A bitter victory.
And now we can go here and force both Painslingers to move if they want to shoot. Celeste. There is exactly jack and shit going on around you. Let's see. Felicity's going to be able to go first. Felicity should also be able to delay both of these things. Means that Celeste should be able to get a little bit closer. How much is one movement? 9 AP? Okay, how much is that? 31 versus 27. 31 still gets me the 30 AP I need in order to do damage. No, it doesn't. I guess Ghost Striking this thing is my best move. And then it's going to have to use its movement to get back to me. Felicity will be able to take the Infested. Let's see. Do I have enough to kill 2 lunges? Not so much. But I can double offset with Slam. Wait, where is your initiative? Wait, that's you? Where's the other Infested? Oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah, you don't get to attack. Fuck you, thank you. Enjoy being off the initiative bar. Goodbye. Alright, now everyone gets to move. Please. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. You moved. You also moved. And now we're all terrified of everything around us. Let's see. I can move over here with a lightning strike. I can't hit this one. I would need to move up. That's going to cost me 13. Where are these things in the initiative order? The Painslinger is before, the Griefmaster is after. Let's go up and kill the Painslinger. Where are you in the initiative? You're before. I could go strike Lightning Strike to kill both of these things and then send Felicity up to offset both of these guys, except I don't think she has the movement to do that. Probably going to need to get Felicity to burst in order to kill the Grief Master. So that leaves Celeste to take this Painslinger. Alright, not dead, so we're going to have to take a slash. You're going to go after me, so you'll be fine.
Striking.
Okay. Felicity, hit that one with a slam. And kill.
Striking.
And then kill the other one with a giant leap.
Yes. Remember the suffering of your past.
Now the other one is going to be able to go, and it's going to be able to hit Miracle unless it decides to run away? That's interesting. Miracle, you get to kill this thing. Which is going to take 3 shots to do, which is mildly annoying. Actually, you're at 2... No, it's going to take 3 shots. Or I could Wrathful Rain to jump to the other side. You have 800 hit points. That is going to actually get me out of here. So that is what I'm going to do.
No mercy.
Okay, now you go, and you're not close enough to anyone.
Suffering of your past.
You're in Corrupted Stance. What is that? Cancel first melee attack and deal... Yeah, I'm not getting close to you. You're just gonna have to double slash this Grief Master. Or just single slash it, actually. Nice.
Pain only fuels me.
That thing is going to go after you, so you can get in range to do an Imbued Blade. That'll go off. You're not in range to do jack or shit. We're going to need a second wave of enemies. Let's see. Are you going to show me the range of Giant Leap? Hello? Please? Please? Okay, I'm going to have to interpret. Out there is Giant Leap. That costs me 34. I'm going to need to move in order to get in range of the Infested. Aha, there we go. That's going to cost me 41, so let's use a Giant Leap to get over there. And then I can take my remaining movement to get closer to the Infested. Miracle, I have no idea what you're going to do. You're going to have to kill something in order to get out of here. I'll just leave you centered up. Celeste, go strike to get the Grief Master. You're free to leave.
Yes. Remember the suffering of your past.
Felicity, I think I'm going to have to get you to burst in order to leave. 77 gets you over here, not fast enough. I cannot leap over walls. I need you to be able to leap as far as you can. So that's going to be here. And then you can giant leap. No, you're not giant leaping there. Move you up a little more. Then you can giant leap. I would say here. But you're gonna need to move again anyways. You know what? We're gonna hide behind this wall and let that thing move closer. Miracle, you are still waiting. You take your not max movement, just close. Felicity, now you can beat the shit out of this thing. Right, you're out now.
I revel in her strength.
Miracle, it's a hard thing to guess as to where the last thing is going to spawn.
Behold what your suffering created.
Reaper, Hopebreaker. Really need to not fuck with the Hopebreaker. Hopebreaker's going to take max movement. Both of the Reapers are going to try to take max movement. I would ideally like for there to be a wall between me and the Hopebreaker. Which should be possible. You're gonna move first, then you're gonna move behind, so I can move here. And then I'll be out of range of the Hopebreaker. Yep, I know it's my turn again. You move.
You will reap what suffering has sown.
Hopebreaker, you try to get to me, but you can't get to me. Second Reaper
My
spawns
daughters,
behind the
what has
first one.
suffering done?
And now I can take my time on both these guys. Alright. Detonating shot is probably not going to kill both of them. Now it will. Grand.
Flawless.
And Miracle leaves. That one's significantly better than the other mission. Any traits?
Rise, daughter.
Miracle got a trait. That's
Rise
good.
and fight.
And the trait in question is critical damage. Is that the second critical damage you have? Yes, it is. Unfortunately, I do not have you on a crit build. Could I give you a crit build? Is it worth giving you a crit build? What is my highest crit chance boost? This is all critical damage, damage, armor reduction, normal damage, crit chance by 5, that sucks. Delay, armor shred, chance by 20. That's not bad. Crit chance by 10. Damage by 30, crit damage, delay, immobilize. Delay, damage, damage. Crit by 15. So the highest crit boost I can provide is... Why are there multiple skills that do the same thing? That's confusing. Oh, I see. It's increase a particular skill's crit chance versus increase generic crit chance. I don't know why those are two separate things, but okay. So what was that 20%? Was that general crit chance, or was that specifically critical chance for a skill? If I could find it again. Critical chance of a skill by 20%. Okay. So the highest general critical chance I can get was... what? 15? Crit chance of skill by 15. No. Skill. 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 Okay, I guess it is 20. Now, it doesn't make sense. Crit damage, 86%. That means that if I crit off of... Whoops, not intercepting. If I crit off a shot with 374 damage, it's going to do 374 times 1.86. 695 damage versus Defiance, which guarantees 474. But the crit chance is only going to be about 50%. So my average damage is going to be about halfway between 374 and 695, which is 374. Enter div 2, 534. So that will, on average, increase my damage, but that's going to introduce a lot of variability, which might not be a good thing. It will increase my ability to punch through armor, though. So maybe crit is a good idea? Gonna be a 44% chance, so it's not gonna be exactly... It's gonna be slightly higher, maybe. I don't think it's worth it. I think the reliability of Defiance is enough. If she gets another trait that's like crit chance increase, then it'll be worth it, but before that, not so much. Alright, next day.
Our daughters ache to battle the next nightmare.
Uh-huh. What do we got going? Impossible, impossible, all impossibles. Do I have any... it's a challenging rescue. That's funny. I'm not going to do that. I have 2 daughters close to leveling up. I don't want to send either of them in, otherwise I'm concerned they're going to die. I need to attempt 1 synapse in order to go to the next day. Which means that I need to go for neither of the rescues in one of the hunts. The hunts are all created equal, apart from this one, which is 310 vitae, apart from the other 2, which are 375, which is confusing. Ah, that's because this one is 1 to 3 daughters. I don't know, what do we got? Threats, Hopebreaker, that's terrifying. This one, threats, Painslinger Infested, that's annoying. And this one is threats, Hopebreaker, Corrupted Daughters. I would very much rather not deal with either of the 1 to 4 daughter hunts. I would much rather just do the 1 to 3. And that being the case, let's take in the 2 daughters that are close to leveling up. And then 1 to carry, and that's going to be a Blade Master, and let's take in True, because she has more hit points. I think is a reasonable idea? Maybe? Possibly? We'll see. I don't know who does more damage between True and Celeste, and I'm gonna skip today anyways. Let's still take True. I'm gonna have to sacrifice someone to heal Modesty before the boss. Or I'm gonna have to probably sacrifice some daughters before the boss.
I don't like it here.
I don't like it here. I don't like it here either. This place sucks. Everything here sucks. I'd really rather not. Okay, we have 2 Painslingers in annoying positions. Everything is going to move before Modesty and True. Oh shit, who are you? Which one are you? You're that one. Okay. Felicity is actually going to be able to get to you before you can attack. That's interesting. Which will leave Modesty and True to clean up the rest. All of these things are going to be targeting Modesty. Wait, we have a Grief Master. Where's that? Oh, that's centered up. Okay. Felicity, you are going to take a lot of your movement. Take 37 to get there versus 35 to move here. I don't know if that does anything for you. Take 62. And leaves me with 8 extra. Let's move here and then see... No, that doesn't get me to the jumping range. I think that... No, 35 AP to jump. Never mind. Okay, it just makes sense to move here then. Now it's your turn again. I'm going to move... No, it doesn't make sense to move up 1. I'm going to Giant Leap. And then I'm going to move a little closer. And then slam, because if I don't, I'm going to be in trouble. And I'm bursted anyways, so I might as well... Let's see, 48... I might as well just do damage to you. And then I will go first between the two of us. You're gonna run away because you always do. Modesty, it's your turn. You can't get too close. Let's move here. The other one's gonna have to move around in order to get to you. Are you gonna shoot Felicity like an asshole? Damn. Let's take not max movement, but a reasonable amount of it. You're probably gonna take max movement if I am not careful. Move you here. Cool. You're moving to Felicity, that's confusing. Fortunately, both of you moved into a position where I can hit you with a detonating shot, which will probably kill the Painslinger. Or not. Let's see. You go after... Wait. Yes, you go after Felicity. You also go after Felicity. I'm going to leave Felicity to you two. I can move here, and I can put a shot on the Painslinger here. That Painslinger's initiative is 22. What is this thing's initiative? 18. True, you're going to have to try to kill both of these guys. I think. Bursting now would be a terrible idea. I literally can't attack this Painslinger. Oh, Modesty might be dead. If I burst, I can guarantee the kill on this one. And then True will be able to guarantee the kill on the other one. But then I am severely off for everything else. I don't think I have a choice, though.
Flawless.
And if it's come to this, I might as well give Felicity Spirit Haste in order to bring her back into the pack. Okay, now Felicity, you can move. You can kill both of these guys.
How foolish my fears.
Yes, remember the suffering of your past.
And you're gonna move out. True, you gotta go kill this guy. You're gonna need to move 2 up in order to be in lightning strike range, which I might as well sidestep to get you closer. Then I can lightning strike and slash.
You accomplish nothing.
And then we'll see what this guy does.
Yes, remember the suffering of
Grasping
your
Mandibles
past.
on Modesty. That's annoying. Grief Master, we're gonna leave you to go for Modesty. You're not gonna be able to attack. Guilt Bearer, you're going to try to move towards the center. We're just going to take max movement with Felicity. And then the Grief Master will either target Modesty or Felicity. Either one works. True, I'm going to need you to kill the Maggot. Which is somehow barely outside of lightning strike range. That's annoying, but unless that crits, I don't think it dies. Holy shit!
No
So you're
mercy.
saying there's a chance. Okay, Grief Master is going to be the next thing that spawns. After that's the Guilt Bearer. Let's just move a little bit closer here. You're gonna go after who?
My
Felicity,
daughters.
interesting choice.
What has suffering done?
You literally can't dodge. I think it behooves me to just initiative offset you into oblivion for funsies. Where are you? I think I just sent you off. Yeah, I did. Enjoy being at initiative 130 forever. Yep. I mean, I could kill you with Modesty. It's not really a bad idea. Might as well.
Flawless.
And are you gonna let me move? Are you going to let me move? Hello? Okay, guess I don't get to move. That's fine. Where does the Grief Bearer go? Properly closest target, so probably True. Never mind, Felicity. That's sort of an ideal location for you to move to. Because that means... Ta-da! And that's game.
Impressive.
For the Grief Bearer, but not for the rest of the... I was going to call it a
What
lobby.
horrors must we face?
Uh-huh. You're definitely going to target True. Which is fine.
Will the poor one's suffering never end?
suboptimal. Everyone needs to run. Felicity, you get back into the initiative order. Modesty, we're going to jump down here. Felicity, I am going to have you move way over here. And True, you are going to also move backward. Oh, that's an infested. That's annoying. That thing's probably going to be able to shoot. Hi, Damien. And Wavy Linux stuff problems with Vintage Story server trying to fix it. Having server started service, there's disconnect error happening that you're not understanding. That'll be fixed hopefully soonish. Okay. I had assumed that you had either turned off the Vintage Story server for some reason or were having technical issues. We'll see what happens. Okay, now everything happens. Everything occurs. You go for Felicity. Good. That's where I wanted you to go. You also go for Felicity. That's a little weird. But now both of you are in Felicity's hands, getting absolutely goofed on. Neither of these guys are going to be able to move. It's going to be really funny. Enjoy getting sent off of the initiative ladder, you fucking goobers. Alright. Next spawns Griefmaster right there. That's really upsetting. A second infested and a Griefmaster. That thing is going to spawn before True can move, unless I can make True move before it, which I can do. But in order to make that happen, I need to have 80 points to spare, and I need to not get shot by this infested, so I'm going to have to move here. Okay, use Spirit Haste. I don't think I can get any further with Wrathful Rain. So, Modesty, you go there. True. You're going to sidestep. And get in position. That first one's gonna be annoying. Felicity. You Roro fight the power. Neither of the things can move. This thing gets to move again. Griefmaster spawns. Also moves towards Felicity? Confusion? Okay, why? You need to die. I have decided that your existence needs to be terminated. You're going to make things complicated if you continue to exist. You're probably going to shoot Modesty again, which is annoying. More so than anything. Modesty, I guess you just go back to where you were. Not really anything else you can do. True, you're going to sidestep behind. And double slash. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, you've got to be shitting me! Fuck you! Seriously? 2 misses on a 10% chance. Oh, hi, Queen. I didn't see you in chat earlier. I'm sorry. Your color blended in with Dulului. Shit. You're gonna move to 36. If the infested spawns, it's gonna use its initiative offset to boost this thing by 25. Which is going to result in bad things happening. Because that'll reduce it down to 35, which means it'll go in front, which means that True is basically dead. So I can Imbued Blade to soften it up. Modesty is going to need to somehow take care of both of these Grief Masters. And Felicity is going to have to back True up in killing this thing. That is kind of my only play. Unless True can secure the kill immediately. Okay, no giant leap directly to it. I need 30. Wait, hold on. No, it didn't use the thing. Oh, wait. Wait. That thing still has the ability to use the initiative offset. Oh no, it's gonna move towards Modesty. It's gonna kill Modesty. Modesty's gonna die. Oh no, son of a bitch. Ah! I can jump behind them. It costs 24 AP. This will offset their initiative by 5. That'll push them back a little bit. Felicity needs to Saving Grace Modesty, because otherwise this thing's going to move on Modesty and kill. But then we have to deal with both of these things. But if I do that, then Modesty should be able to kill both. But if this thing initiative offsets the fucking Grief Master, then True's gonna die. This situation sucks! Let's think. Let us consider reality. Felicity's Imbued Blade is going to go off before the Infested moves. That means that she is going to either kill the Grief Master, which I think she will, or not do enough damage to kill the Grief Master. Which means that she would die. But I also need to save Modesty. Felicity, you're gonna have to be a hero. I'm sorry to say. Yes, you bursted. I know. We're gonna move you here, and I'm gonna force you to take a saving grace. Doesn't kill. That's annoying. Dark Emanations heals True. That is actually the best possible thing you could have done, and I am so glad you did it. Okay. Let's see. True's gonna be able to move before this thing. I don't know how Felicity's back in the initiative order here, but I'm glad that she is. I need to kill this guy. That's priority number 1.
Accomplish nothing.
You are not yet in range of detonating shot. You are now in range of detonating shot. You're flanked. I'm going to be able to move before you.
Shatter them.
True, this thing is locked into its position, so actually, let's just do a funny.
I revel in her strength.
Move up 1, lightning strike. And then this thing won't be able to dodge it because it's flanked.
You accomplish
That
nothing.
was a scary situation.
Rise, daughter.
True, congratulations
Rise and fight.
on the trait. Felicity and Modesty, congratulations on the ding. Holy crap. True, what'd you get? Damage against corrupted creatures plus 30%. That is A-okay. Remembrances. Got a new remembrance.
What will you
What
remember
for?
now?
Kill 50 corrupted daughters. All daughters gain 30% damage to corrupted
Remember.
daughters. I do not have enough shards to enable that, but it is a good thing to have in the event that I have to start the game again, which I might have to because I don't think I'm surviving the boss.
Suffering manifests again.
Right?
We must
Boss is who?
rise to face it. What will you
Well, that was
remember
weird.
now?
Yeah, I know that the pact is in play. It was already in play. Why are you telling me that it's in play
The
again?
door has closed. The drama is over.
What? Huh? Was there a remembrance that I had not clicked on?
Remember.
Oh. Oh. Discover the boss of the Long Nightmare era. Sweet. I'm tempted to just go for it. I don't think I get anything from doing any more synapses. I think none of my daughters are close enough to leveling up for it to matter. No, they aren't. If I straight up go for the boss,
We must
I bring
break
in
the tie that binds the child to suffering.
5 daughters. That's new. Never brought in 5 daughters to the function before. Little bit concerning. I have 3 resurrection tokens. Most of my dollars are relatively healthy. Only exception being modesty. What is the composition that we bring in? We want to bring in probably one of each because we don't know what the boss is going to have in store for us. We're going to one initiative offset, so that's any of the shield bearers. I think Felicity is the one spec'd specifically to be severe initiative offset. Maybe it was desire. I don't know. Okay, Felicity is initiative offset. Either of the Blade Masters do tremendous amounts of damage. Candide is Candide, and thusly is based. So... question becomes... who else do we bring in? Miracle, you do more damage. You're also spec'd into massive action. Can I give you something that increases target initiative even more? Because if I can force... increases the target's resistance to delays by 100%? Oh, increase the target's resistance to delays. Sorry, if that was decrease the target's resistance to delays, that would have been immense. Because any boss I could have fought that would have been... no, I guess I don't have anything that brings target's initiative any closer. Why are there multiple... target acts 15 initiative units sooner? Target acts 15 initiative units sooner. Why is this one 100 and this one 200? I do not understand. That's a third one. 10. Oh, never mind. There's two 15s. I thought there were three 15s for a moment. I was going to be upset. Either way, that's the best I can get for Spirit Haste. Miracle... actually, you don't do very good damage. Your shot's only 274. Yeah. I probably bring in both Blade Masters just because they have really high mobility and utility. That leaves Celeste for Armor Shred and then Felicity for Initiative Offset, which is fine. I don't have max HP. I perhaps don't need it. I really don't have any reason to wait. Well, actually, hold on. I can do one more synapse in order to get the event to end. But it's a boss, so it's probably actually better for this to be on, because either its initiative is going to be really long, and then 20 initiative units sooner isn't going to be that much. Plus, that brings all of my units' initiatives closer, which means that the boss, when it does the phase transition thing and resets to 0, because every single boss does that, my units will be able to move inside of whatever the effect is. So this pact is probably better for me to confront. That being said, this boss is an egg, so it might be a massive enemy spawner. I think I just go for it. Candide, Celeste, Felicity. I would bring in Modesty, but she's too weak. I could sacrifice her. Do I have the ability to bring her back in a capacity that will be beneficial? That's all drill. I have more of those 15s. Okay, I can resurrect her, so that would be worthwhile, because she will do more damage. And what's her mission start initiative is 54 versus Miracle's 36. Miracle will be able to go pretty much immediately, but honestly, Modesty being out there is going to probably be fine. Yeah. If we're bringing in Modesty, we need to pass her off onto someone in order to heal them, preferably without fucking up anything else. She's a level 13, so she can heal anyone. Healing Felicity wouldn't be a terrible thing, because she will only lose 1,000 hit points, and she's probably going to be saved that amount of health with her Blacksmith and Saving Grace anyways. versus anyone else who is probably just going to get a worse bonus. Oh, Celeste doesn't even have any bonus. This might be an opportunity. What happens when I sacrifice Candide? Not Candide. Wait. Hold on. No. It said that I have to have a sacrifice of equal or greater level in order to regenerate a daughter. Why am I able to regenerate Celeste with anyone? Is that a upgrade that I have? Because if that's the case, I'm just gonna spawn daughters in order to heal everyone. Can I do that? What's going on?
Remember.
Do I have any remembrances that allowed me to do that? No. Resurrect. Daughters gain damage. Daughters start at mastery. Newborn daughters start at mastery 10. They're currently starting at mastery 7. So they still kind of suck, but nothing in the remembrances indicates that I would be able to do that. Maybe it's just that after 10 I can regenerate with any daughter. Let's test that out. Let's just
Give life to our
spawn
daughters.
a random daughter. You're going to be a shield bearer.
Please, guide her well.
Let's say I wanted to heal this. Let's say I wanted to heal Felicity. If I regenerate, I can just do that. Oh wait, no. It's saying the only way to heal the daughter is sacrifice a daughter of equal or higher level, but it still lets me select other daughters. That's confusing. Okay, I was just confused. That's fine. In that case, Celeste is going to need to be regenerated with Modesty. And that will get her boosted dodge and crit chance. What is Celeste's crit chance at the moment? 13%? That's not great. Who was it that had ridiculously high crit chance? It was Modesty. Okay, that's not particularly helpful. The dodge could be good, though. I think Miracle already has... Yeah, damage boost. Okay. Wait, Modesty, your damage is only at that with an innate damage boost? That sucks. You kind of suck. Well, Celeste doesn't have any sort of upgrade whatsoever, so let's just give her Modesty. Then you can sort of off-tank, and then we can bring Modesty back and spec her as we see fit.
I feel her light grows stronger.
Uh-huh.
Remember
Max,
their courage.
Modesty. Get back in here. Do I want to heal anyone else with Modesty? I'm not bringing in anyone... Well, I could bring in Felicity as well. I would prefer to sacrifice a shield bearer to her, though, but I don't have any apt shield bearers. I could sacrifice Felicity to Candide and allow Candide to keep her massive HP bonus. Oh, I've already sacrificed Felicity to Candide before. Hey, girls. I'm sorry that I did something like that. Okay, but I could sacrifice Candide to Felicity as well. What would sacrificing Candide to Felicity net me? Timeline starting position -7, end of turn delay -10. That is actually immense, particularly for an initiative offset shield bearer. That being said, what is Felicity's starting initiative? 20? She'd be able to go before anyone. Things to consider. Candide, you already have 2,500 hit points. I don't want you to lose those. In terms of the skills you have relatively mediocre ones. I think the only one that's really good is the Reaping, which I think I have other Defiance skills. Let's check. Yeah, I have more Defiance, so I can replace that. So let's sacrifice Candide to Felicity. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, let's do that. Do I just have an avenue to just sacrifice a daughter off-rip to nobody? I don't want Sincere. I'm sorry. Okay. Felicity, regenerate with Candide. Candide. You lose the health bonus, but you gain massive initiative advantage, which, as a shield bearer, is really good.
Her sacrifice births another hope.
Yeah, you have part of Candide, so now your start is 13, and then you go every... Actually, now that you're... End of turn delay minus 10, you're going to be going every 20 initiative units. That's rather nuts, Felicity. Huh. Now that you mention it, this could be abusable. I can bring Candide back, and she's level 12, and I can sacrifice her to someone else. If I give her to Miracle, then Miracle will have massive initiative bonus. If I give her to True, True will be able to go more often. She gets 135 bonus damage and bonus crit damage, but that's not particularly good. And I was planning on bringing both Blade Masters in. So let's bring Candide back. And we can make it so that our Blade Masters will just be flying across the rink. Because it's do or die at this point.
Remember their courage.
I either beat the boss here or I don't. I would very much rather beat the boss here, because if I don't, then I just sort of lose. And I really don't want to lose at this point. True. Let's give you Candide. You do less damage, but you move a lot more frequently.
Her sacrifice births another hope.
And Candide will bring you back one more time. Thank you for being our extraordinarily effective feedstock. We love Candide. Candide is the best. Alright. First off, let's go for the Reaping. That one... we very intentionally give a shit ton of damage, because then it does like 3,000 damage every attack. I don't think I have anything better than improve by 100. Let's check really quickly. Actually, let's see what her crit rate is. 10%? The crit damage bonus isn't enough for it to make sense. So you're getting the 100 damage bonus again. Deadly Dance. I don't remember what this one had on it. Oh, right. It had Immobilize. So let's immobilize this again, because the boss not being able to move is fantastic. Grants a unit 400 armor that lasts 30 initiative units. That seems like a strange thing to put on Deadly Dance, but okay. 600. No. Immobilize target for 50 initiative units. If I do that, then the target is effectively immobilized for 94 initiative units, or 95. But I don't think I need it to be immobilized for that long. I mean, Actually, giving it erase in this case would make it so that it was immobilized until my next turn, which might be extremely good. But if that's the case... Let's just... Well... Am I feasibly going to use this on anything else? There's also the chance that the boss is a spawner, and using erase on that would be really good, particularly if it's got corrupted daughters spawning. Oh, I didn't even consider that the boss would be spawning corrupted daughters. Fuck! Oh, no! Maybe I give... No, Deadly Dance needs to have the immobilized. That's why its utility is so good. No. Target acts 20... No. Target acts 25 initiative units later. No. Immobilized for 25? That was the one that I had on before. That makes it so that the target is effectively immobilized for 60 units. Am I going to use immobilize anywhere else? I could potentially put it on... Did I give... No, I didn't heal Miracle. I could put it on Modesty. Her shot doesn't really do a lot of damage, and she needs to get respect anyways. If I put it on her shot, then that means that she can lock down corrupted daughters who are moving. And then I can just stay away from them. Shot already locks the target in its current direction, but not in its position. So maybe I give Modesty the one that immobilizes for 50, and then I give Candide the one that immobilizes for 25. That seems like the right way to handle this. Modesty, you get immobilized for 50. Back to Candide. Stealing, I think what I did with Stealing before was that I gave it even more armor shred. I might want to give it more damage this time. Maybe? Nah, what am I talking about? I should give it armor shred still. Because when I give it armor shred, that'll be my highest armor shredding ability. This will shred armor by 110, which will be immense in the event that we have an enemy that has that much armor. Dance of Binding. This one, interrupt first enemy action, deal 1205 damage. If I had the ability to give myself armor on this, I would. But I don't think I do. Oh, I can, actually. That's interesting. I only have 2 armor bonuses, though, and hopefully by that time Candide should already have a lot of armor, so we're not going to do that. I increase the damage of the skill by 20%. Increasing crit damage doesn't do anything. Increase critical damage. Nope. Target will take 5% more damage for 30 initiative units. That might be good. Target's movement reduced by 50. Maybe having the target take more damage is a good idea. Actually, having the target take more damage is a good idea because everyone's going to be moving so quickly. Target takes 10% more damage. I think that I had one that was even more than that. Target takes 10% more damage. Increase... nope, that's decreased target's movement range. Okay, I guess the only ones that I had was target takes 10% more damage. And I think there was 2 of those. Yeah, there was Nightfall, and then there was Ruin. 10% more damage for 30 initiative units versus 10% more damage for 30 initiative units. We'll just go with Nightfall. And then Mo. Mo does a whole shit ton of damage. I can make it do an additional 330 damage, which does not sound like a bad thing. I think that's worth it. Because if I really need to do damage into an area, Candide will be able to do that. Okay, so that's Candide. Celeste is going in, she's fully upgraded. Felicity's fully upgraded. Modesty needs to get upgraded. Intercepting round. Interrupt the first attack on an ally within a range of 10. And deals 702 damage twice. I forgot that this was an option. Increase the damage of a skill by 60%. I would actually rather keep that on Detonating Shot. Because Detonating Shot will be able to make that do about 3,000 damage. Let's do that. Spirit Haste, you need to be making my target act even sooner, so let's boost that up to 35, and that'll pretty much reset every potential initiative to 0. And give people the ability to get back into the initiative order if they burst. Wrathful Rain, deal 1131 damage AoE, and then move to an empty tile. Is there anything that I would want this to do apart from damage? Maybe Immobilize? Maybe decrease armor. Maybe initiative offset. Let's make it Immobilize. No, I already have enough Immobilize. Never mind. I think your shot immobilizes. Yes, it does. Giving Wrathful Rain Immobilize wouldn't make any sense. And additional attack doesn't make sense. I think just giving it additional skill damage is probably the best option I have on the table. That'll make it deal another 330. And intercepting round, 702 damage twice. I think this being a reaction facilitates Nightfall because then that will make the target take more damage. That means Candide and Modesty will both be able to force more damage onto target. So we're taking Candide, Celeste, Felicity, Modesty, and True. True, I thought I said that you were at max damage, but I also think that I made it so that you were not really fully upgraded. Let's change that. I would rather the more powerful between Candide and True be the one that, or Celeste and True be the one that has the 30% damage boosts. You already have one. Your slash does enough damage as is. Ghost Strike is more utility than anything else. Let's give True the second 30% increase on her Lightning Strike. That'll make our engage a little bit more potent. Sidestep is giving 200 armor. Celeste, do I also have your sidestep giving armor? Yes, I do, but not much. I think we should keep it that way. Felicity, your Blacksmith's Grace is giving you 600 armor. That's good. I think that's good. Lunge making the target act 15 initiative units later doesn't make sense to me. Because I already have Slam, and that already does a shit ton of damage, and costs less AP. So let's put something else on that. Crit Chance doesn't make sense. Armor Shred might make sense. Immobilize doesn't make sense. Additional damage might make sense. Increasing damage of the skill by 100 would increase the damage by 300 total. I don't think I have anything that will reduce a target's dodge. Reduce the target's movement range. Target takes 10% more damage for 30 initiative units. That would theoretically increase the damage a little bit. And give me a reason to use Lunge. And give me a damage boost that does not cost HP. So let's do that. So she can initiative offset and cause the enemy to take more damage. Okay. That's the team. That's what we got going for us.
We must break the tie that binds the child to suffering.
Candide, Celeste, Felicity. Shit, which one of the two? We were bringing Modesty, never mind. And True. This is the team. This is who we got going for us. It either works or it doesn't. I'm going to let the ad play before we start the boss. It's gonna start in a minute 40. Actually, I'm gonna go use the restroom, let the ad start, and then we'll come back after the ad starts. So let's do that. Let's do that. Alright, ad break is over. Ad break is over. That means it's time to fight the boss. The Nucleus, a hard hunt. Possibly harder than hard. You know who else is hard? Not me. I'm too scared.
Yes, lay waste to what I have built.
You're gonna lay waste to what I built, aren't you? This thing is definitely gonna be spawning corrupted daughters.
Give me all your pain.
Fuck off? I'm sorry, what?
Suffering builds his paradise with the blood of our daughters.
Sorry, it's because my mouse is off screen. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's a lot of bullshit. Okay. Painslinger, Grief Master, Hate Dancer, Guilt Bearer, Grief Master. 2 Grief Masters. Everything is going to have to move first. The Painslinger is going to have to move too. Fortunately, all of these things can get close to me before I can get close to them. Bar that 1 Grief Master up there. Candide, you're gonna have to do something weird, I think. Where's Felicity? Felicity's over there. Felicity, you're gonna have to steal armor from this Guilt Bearer pretty much immediately. If I move here, I can give a Deadly Dance, or I can give a Reaping. When is this thing gonna move? 37? Where's Felicity? That's not Felicity. Felicity? Shield Bearer. There. Okay. I move here. 38 AP. Deadly Dance. What is this thing's combat ability like? Corrupted Lunge. 590 damage 3 times. Corrupted Slam is really bad. So if I attack this thing by moving here, I'll attack with Reaping, deal a bunch of damage, and then have 35 points to move, which should hopefully get me far enough away that I don't die immediately. Fingers crossed. Oh my god. How much hit points do you have? Wait. Oh, you're done. You're done. Goodbye.
Is it gone for good?
Turn 1. Fuck you. Okay. Grand. Modesty, you are going to need to get Candide back into the running. Felicity, I would say to post up, which is actually exactly what I'm going to have you do, because you're going to be... You're going to be doing your initiative offset game. None of these things are going to be able to hit you immediately. You move up, because of course you do. I don't know where you're going. Alright. Let's be honest. The most threatening thing here at the moment is the Painslinger. Painslinger has no dodge chance. Wait, where's this thing on the initiative unit? Oh, okay. You sidestep over here. You lightning strike.
Impressive.
Apparently that's enough to kill. I can go strike the Hate Dancer, but does that do anything for me? Yes. It gets everyone else a little closer to... Well, I can actually... Ghost Strike isn't going to cost me that much. I cannot get closer to you to do anything. I think it would be more sensible if I have Candide kill the Hate Dancer. I think I just center up Celeste a little bit more in the map so that she can do rapid response. Okay, Felicity, you're up next. Moving here does not get us to where we want to be. If I take a giant leap, that saves me 1 initiative, and then it costs 8, so... Giant leap, 35 plus 8 is 43. 120 minus 43 is... if I could do math, 80, 77, so I would still be able to pull off a slam. Cool. That's what we're gonna do. 1 here, hit it with a slam. It loses all of its dodge and gets knocked into next year. That thing moves. True, you have the same amount of giddy up as anyone else. So you... This thing has 10% dodge? Okay. Grand. Lightning Strike. Cool. Ghost Strike guarantees the kill.
I revel in her strength.
Nice. Modesty.
Yes.
Spirit Haste Candide so that she can clean up.
Of your past.
Wait, hold on. Oh, you're so far on the initiative ladder that you're not even showing up. That's funny. Spirit Haste Candide. I don't think you're really doing anything else apart from that. I don't remember what your shot does. I think it immobilizes. Yep. Fuck you. Alright. Candide's next. I need to get her as far into the center as I can without running out of AP. 90 will net us the kill.
Impressive.
And she has 174 armor, so we are all set in terms of that.
Ignore
Next
your
thing to
fear.
spawn
You are not alone.
is going to be the nucleus. Let's get an idea of how it works. Instinct. Deals 750 damage to all daughters around him, then teleports. Reanimation brings a corrupted daughter on the battlefield. Reshaping turns a nearby corrupted daughter into a hope breaker. That's terrifying. First crack changes phase after losing more than 40% of its HP and reset initiative to 0. That's not unexpected. Good news, Nucleus does not seem super dangerous immediately. It seems like at least its first phase is predicated on corrupted daughters. It was a really good idea to bring 2 Blade Masters in because they'll be able to run around the battlefield killing corrupted daughters as necessary. Ugh. Actually, this boss could have a true phase 2 because if it is an egg, then what if after the first and maybe second crack, then it hatches into something truly horrible? Why do I speak these things into existence? Why do I do this to myself? I know what's gonna happen. Where is that thing spawning? Okay, it's spawning up there. I don't think I can kill with Felicity. I forget what Felicity's lunge does. Wait, it makes the target take more damage. Yep. And now I can kill.
Is it gone for good?
Fantastique. I do not know where to keep all of my things. That thing is going to spawn very soon. I think the way I'm going to split these up is that I'm going to have Celeste near the boss and then True further away. True will work on cleaning up corrupted daughters and Celeste will work on the boss. Can this thing move? Does this thing have any mobility? It does. In that case, Candide's going to bully it again. Candide will keep that thing from moving forever. Celeste, you're going up to the boss. So you go here. True, you're going to stay down here. And I guess you're going to stay in the center. This maximizes your reach. Candide, you're going to take as much movement as you can towards the boss. I actually might have you take even more movement and then have Modesty Spirit Haste you. No, that doesn't make sense. Actually, I can do it this way. If I have Modesty move here, that's 50 AP. Then she has 30 as Spirit Haste, and then Candide can move next to the boss. We've got to bully this asshole. Now let's take a quick reminder on this thing's abilities. It's got like the same range on its instinct as Candide has on her deadly dance. So maybe I go in and out with... No. Maybe Candide just takes the hits. Turn a nearby corrupted daughter into a hope breaker. You know what would be terrifying is if it could somehow turn my daughters into corrupted daughters. Why do I speak these things into existence? Ah! Now I know what it's going to do. Now I know. Yeah, spawn in, you big ugly bastard. How many ability usages does this thing get in a turn? That's another thing.
They keep
Alright.
coming for us.
1. Where did this thing spawn? Over there. Cool. Felicity, I genuinely don't know what to do with you. Holy shit, the nucleus gets to move a lot. Okay, maybe you actually do your predetermined initiative mumbo jumbo. I can bring... Oh wait, this is true, not modesty. Never mind, hold on. In that case, over here, lightning strike on the hate dancer. And then it does not have any dodge, so that's going to be a kill.
I revel in her strength.
Boss gonna do what? Another reanimation. Not annoying in the slightest.
Terror to haunt us.
If it keeps reanimating in the same spot, that's actually great. I would rather not waste my sidestep getting close if I can avoid it. So let's... Range of my lightning strike. I need to move 1, 2, 3 in order to hit the boss, so let's move 3. And then lightning strike. And then I can back up to here. Candide, it's time for you to have fun. Now, do I want to do that with Deadly Dance? Actually, this boss doesn't seem particularly interested in moving. So if I move in here, that's 18 AP, and then I use the Reaping, that's another 40 AP, which is going to leave me with 52, which means I won't be able to get out without bursting. I would rather not do that. So let's go up and Deadly Dance. Nice. Now, Modesty. I want for you to Spirit Haste True so that True can take care of that Grief Master before the Grief Master kills her. Wait. Yes, that is the move that I want you to do. And then you can move closer. True. You know the rules.
Is it gone for good?
And then sidestep back over here so that you're closer into range. Felicity, I genuinely don't know what to do with you once again. The boss has massive initiative resistance. It's probably going to teleport its next turn. So let's put you like right smack dab in the center of where it could teleport to. I could also Saving Grace with Candide, because the boss is almost certainly going to hit her next turn. And that would both bring Candide away from the boss and save her from taking damage. Yeah, let's do that. Well, I'd be taking 1,000 damage on Candide. That seems like a waste. Let's just check to make sure it works. I could also save scum this boss. Yep, you do that. You're rooted. You use reanimation.
Will the poor one's suffering never end?
And then the boss does, in fact, use its ability. Okay, so it only uses that ability if it's close enough to actually do so. That is good to know. So now Felicity is in a position where she is right next to the guilt bearer and the boss. I think it behooves me to focus on the boss, because Felicity can, quite frankly, delay the guilt bearer into oblivion if she is so inclined, and Candide should also be able to get a little bit of extra armor off of it. Or I could be talking out my ass and I really just need to hit it, which is probably what I actually need to do. And then put a slash on the boss. With a crit. Excellent work. And then sidestep back. Candide, you're up next. We're gonna put you in a position to get armor off the shield bearer. I'm not going to move you any closer to the boss. True, you're just going to center up again. I would love to be able to get Candide to move again before the boss, because then she's going to be able to do the reaping. Move back a little bit. Candide goes next. Move in 8, does the reaping on the nucleus. Probably forces it into phase 2. Or not. That's fine. And then walk back. Felicity, you finish the kill on the guilt bearer and then walk away. Actually, we're going to do that with a giant leap because then we can hit the boss too.
Striking.
Uh-oh. Alright, what new things do you get? Reshaping, reanimation. That's the same thing that you had before. Infection. After 25 initiative units shoots a beam in 4 direction. When a beam touches an enemy or ally for the first time, they send out 4 new beams. Daughters and corrupted daughters suffer up to 0 damage per beam that touches them? I'm confused. Shoots a beam in 4 directions. Beam touches an enemy or ally for the first time, send out 4 new beams. Does 0 damage. Why? 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 I can also slam the boss to make it go later, but that doesn't really do anything for me. Let's just get out of the way. That costs 20. That costs 17. I don't have enough to slam and get away. Let's just get away. Boss doesn't have any armor or anything, so that's fine. Reanimates a...
suffering created.
Oh. Oh, you can just move now. Oh, that does more than 0 damage. Hey game, that does more than 0 damage. I'm sorry, how many times are you allowed to move? Okay. One of these things needs to die sooner rather than later. Celeste is the only one that can pull it off. Sidestep, close a little bit of distance. I'm going to need to burst. That's just going to have to happen. This thing does not have any dodge, so once I get to it, it's dead. Has a range of 4. Now in lightning strike range. And gotta burst for the kill, otherwise we're in trouble.
Yes. Remember the suffering of
Okay.
your past.
True, now it is your turn to kill the other one. Or to get it close enough to Modesty that Modesty can do it. Which is honestly probably my best option. Okay. I need to have it so that none of my daughters are in the same grid square as anything else. This'll work. Candide, you can move here. I wonder if Immobilize will prevent the boss from using Instinct. A valid question, but man, I don't like it. Okay, 18 over here, that puts me in range. One shot on this guy does not seal the deal. Means I need to put another shot on this guy.
Pain only fuels me. Yes.
I need to bring Celeste back into the initiative order, so I'm going to have to burst. And then to do this and hopefully make it stay put. And if it doesn't, shit. Okay, you reanimate another daughter.
The
Hopefully it's
poor
close
one's
by.
suffering never end.
Where is it? It's over in the corner again. Okay, that's good. Felicity, you are in a grand position. I am not going to Giant Leap because that is probably going to yield poor results. I'm going to move up. I'm going to try to slam to make the boss move a little bit. That's pretty much all I can do. Let me get out of the way for Candide. True, you're up to kill this guy.
Striking.
Sidestep back out. Candide, you can get close and do a deadly dance, or you can do a reaping. I think reaping makes more sense to do the additional damage. Second crack is after 80% of its HP. Okay. Actually realizing that I need to move the fuck out of the way, otherwise I'm in trouble. Well... I really don't want to burst, but it's gonna have to happen. Hit the boss with stealing, I guess. Now, Celeste, your only option is just get closer to the boss, and the only place you're really able to do that is here. I should have sidestepped in order to give you more armor, but I can just do that. No, I can't. Well, shit.
Will the poor one's suffering never
Ouch.
end?
I am sorry, Felicity. That was a foolish thing of me. Where did the other one spawn? Up there. That means it's going to be moving towards Felicity, not unless Felicity gets to it first. It is True's turn. True cannot get to the boss in any meaningful amount of time, so we're just going to leave True where she is. I might need to have all of my daughters in, like, the four corners and center in order to reasonably fight this boss. So, True, you're just gonna stay here, kind of. Celeste, I'm gonna have to insist that you get down here. Maybe not exactly there, maybe there. Boss hits with infection. Modesty, your turn. You can hit basically everyone with Spirit Haste, which is really good. If I hit Celeste with Spirit Haste, she still can't go before the boss moves. And it doesn't make sense to do that anyways, really. Well, maybe I do it anyways. I don't got anything else. Reanimation goes off. We get another shield bearer. Boss chooses not to teleport. Ooh, that's awkward. Let's see, Celeste. You are going to lightning strike and slash the boss and then dodge. I am not on the same line as True, that's good. Felicity, you're in a weird-ass position. Congratulations, you get to play initiative games. At least until someone is able to help you. That's probably going to have to be Modesty. Sidestep for the armor bonus. Call that good. Boss does boss things. This is not actually traversable area. Oh, there aren't actually four corners in this area. There's only really 3, and then this weird bit over to the right. I don't know. Deadly Dance? Just in case the boss decides to teleport next to her?
Behold what your suffering created.
Uh-huh. Sure, buddy. Grief Master spawned up by Felicity. This is awkward. I need to get over there fast enough to be able to hit it with a detonating shot. That's 44. I can Wrathful Rain to get there a little bit sooner. It's still cheaper to Wrathful Rain. Okay. Detonating shot, and I think I gave this one massive damage bonus. Fingers crossed. Oh my god, it's so good!
Striking.
She just one-shot a fucking Guilt Bearer. Damn! Sorry, not a Guilt Bearer. Whatever the fuck the sword one was. Oh, modesty. You immodest and glorious woman. Alright, back to playing initiative games with these guys. Celeste. Back doing Celeste things. Hit it with a slash. Boss does second crack. Isn't into whatever the fuck its last phase is. Oh, God. Do I have enough to just kill the boss? After 30 initiative units, deals 250 damage to all daughters on the map and kills all corrupted daughters. I think we all survive this, but at the same time, I would rather not have to take the chance. Who goes within 30 initiative units? We have Celeste, True, and Candide. True can probably cross the distance and get one attack off. Candide's probably the same. I can get 5,000 damage onto the boss right now. Or I can hit it once and Imbued Blade in order to get more damage off. How much AP is it going to cost me to move over here? 22? Okay, so if I do slash, it's going to take me down to 40, and then I have 15 initiative in order to get wherever I need to go, which is probably going to result in me going here and then an Imbued Blade onto the boss, assuming that it doesn't move. That's the plan. Or I could just slash and bank on the boss moving. I'm going to slash and bank on the boss moving, because the Imbued Blade isn't going to do much extra damage. Yep, you go for infection, you hit Celeste with your bullshit. We have barely enough range to maybe get one attack off. I need my movement to be as effective as possible, so let's sidestep over to here. I can move to here and get a lightning strike and a slash off. Alright. It's up to Candide. That is all we have left in the tank. Oh. Oh, you're done. Oh, you're done. You're done. Fuck you. No hatching for you, bitch! I don't care what you turn into. I win! Die!
From a single seed, I am born.
Excuse me? I'm sorry, I killed you before you hatched. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do that.
From your corpses, my body.
Oh, no.
From your suffering, my triumph.
You're gonna do this to me, huh? I don't want to. I don't want to fight you again.
Ignore your fear. You are not alone.
I'm bursted 3 times. Shit. What? Well, this is bad. All right, Felicity, you kind of need to clean up both of these things, like, sooner rather than later. Scheisse. Switch position with the first daughter, explodes and deals 700 damage to yourself and surrounding daughters. So I don't want any daughters to be nearby to each other. Steals 175 HP from all daughters each time suffering is attacked. Instant action, deal 100,000 damage in a cross-shaped area around each daughter. Okay. Delays all daughters by 20 initiative units. Change phase after losing 40% of its HP for the first time. You suck. I hate your existence. Oh, shit. No, don't accidentally backspace Felicity. I need... Fuck you. We're playing initiative games again. Let me get out of that. Modesty, I need you to save someone if you can. I can raffle rain to get further over here. I don't know when this ability procs. It doesn't say. It probably procs the next time the boss moves. Shit. I can only get Candide, which I guess is gonna have to happen. Okay, that's... Who's the furthest daughter? It's probably Felicity. Actually, it might be Celeste. If it's Celeste, then the boss is gonna save Celeste by themselves. Ugh. I can intercepting round to save someone, probably. Let's do that. Okay. That's weird. Okay, Candide can move again. Felicity took 700 damage anyways. Specifically from the bosses. Oh my god, what the how many times is the boss able to attack every turn? Oh no! Hardship deals... Yeah, daughters take additional damage for each affected area they come into contact with. Wait, deals up to 100 damage in a cross-shaped area around each daughter. I'm confused. When does that ability proc? I'm sorry, you get purity as a reaction? I don't understand what this boss is doing. Candide, I would love... Oh no, am I just playing a fucked up game of hopscotch? Is that what's going on? Methinks I am playing a fucked up game of hopscotch. True and Celeste might both be just dead. We'll see what happens. Right, Celeste, you're gonna have to be the one that takes care of both the guilt bearers, which actually works out unless the boss decides to switch places with you again, which they very well could. Probably means I need to have 2 daughters on each side. Felicity is going to get attacked by at least one of the shield bearers. Might be time to Blacksmith's Grace. Because the boss is probably going to swap with Celeste again. Also, how many times is... I think I fucked up. I think the boss gets to move, like, a lot with the 20 initiative offset. Yeah, you're swapping again. Don't know what was up with that. Let's see. If I... Spirit Haste Felicity. Felicity can get to both of these guilt bearers her next turn. Which means that she won't have to take damage from one of them, which is a good thing. So let's Spirit Haste Felicity. I have a little bit of movement left. I have 15. Is there a way for me to get to the boss? 9, 18, 13. That does not get me in range, but it does not really do anything. Okay. $41 to get there, or I can giant leap. I'd rather hit the boss and then move over to hit the guilt bearer, because otherwise I'm not gonna be able to hit it at all. No, it makes more sense to giant leap here, because then I won't have to move as much.
A bitter victory.
Okay. If I move here, I can initiative offset the boss, and then I can get True the fuck out of the way. Maybe. Actually, the boss has... Excuse me, what does the boss have? Interrupts next melee attack launched. Launches her back 10 tiles. And the other one is... Steals HP every time she's attacked. So, attacking the boss is not the best idea. In that case, I'm just going to move a little closer to this thing, but not in line in case the boss decides to make shit shoot out from it. And once this guilt bearer is dead, then every corrupted daughter should be dead, at least until the boss's next phase, theoretically. Actually, no, getting into the boss's line of sight is a really bad idea. Let's stay there. Alright, Celeste, it's time for you to get the fuck away from True. True, I'm sorry to say that you're probably just going to take damage again. Annoyingly. Uh-huh. I also hate you. Okay, you're dead. Sidestep over here. Felicity is now the furthest away from the boss. If we can keep Felicity or Candide as the ones furthest away from the boss, then the boss is going to be teleporting back and forth between the two of them, and if we keep Celeste and True... Oh no. No, the boss is just gonna... No, that works. That works. That works. We keep the two Blade Masters on either side and then have the boss keep swapping back and forth between Felicity and Candide. That's how we win this. Because I think I fucked up. I think the boss's initiative is like... maybe 50, maybe less, and it gets minus 20 for every thing that it gets to do, which sucks. But True can't do anything else at the moment, so that's what we have going. Boss does boss things again. Ordeal switches place with Felicity. Hardship goes off. I think that makes Celeste take damage. Yep, that sucks. Let's switch off to Candide because she's going to be taking less damage from the boss. So Candide is now officially the furthest one away, which means that the boss is going to be switching back and forth with her now. Felicity, I genuinely don't know what to do with you. I'm just gonna have you move into position to be ready to swap with the boss at a moment's notice. Or swap with Candide at a moment's notice. That's all I have in my brain. That's annoying. Fortunately, Candide does not take much damage from this nonsense. Let's see, I can actually get close enough to the boss now in order to use Detonating Shot. And that is not a melee ability, so it won't hit. No, Wrathful Rain. I would rather not be in a position that's going to result in Modesty getting sent to Brazil. I'll go there. Move over one, then you can take a Detonating Shot, and then the boss will be mad. But apart from that, it should be fine. Now it's Celeste's turn. I can actually do something interesting. I can move over here. Boss's explosion only hits directly around it, so I can Imbued Blade on top of Candide. And then when the boss swaps with Candide, then I'll be fine. This is not... Well, it's sort of an attack. I don't know whether or not the boss is going to interrupt this. Interrupts the next melee attack. It doesn't qualify as a melee attack, so that should be fine. So I Ghost Step. Well, let's... Hold on. What's my Ghost Strike distance? Okay. Okay, that's fine. Sidestep here. Ghost Strike here. We find out whether or not the boss moves. The boss does not move. I need to move a little closer so that the boss does not accidentally swap with True instead of Candide. Candide, there's pretty much nothing you can do. We're gonna set you to Deadly Dance, just for funsies. Boss is gonna move. Uh-oh. That's fine. Celeste's ability should go off, unless the boss decides to move again, which would be really annoying. Okay, that's really annoying. I think Saving Grace should prevent the boss from switching. I'll Giant Leap over here to make it so that Felicity is the furthest away. Oh no, that's not gonna work. Fuck. Well, that's the path I've chosen. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. I burst, because it doesn't matter. I Saving Grace. Celeste's attack goes off and misses because of course it does. Deadly Dance goes off, boss decides to swap again. That should interrupt ya. Or not. That's annoying. Boss has melee interrupt, so I can't use that ability. I can go strike. And then sidestep to get out of the way. Modesty is annoyingly in the worst possible position. If I move here, that's 48 AP, then I can Spirit Haste somebody. Who do I Spirit Haste? Probably True, so that she gets the fuck out of the way. I'd rather Wrathful Rain. That's going to take me 35. Then I have 95 left. I can Spirit Haste True. That puts True in front of the boss initiative, and then I can move here to stay out of the way while Candide takes the hit. Grand. Candide, I don't have anything for you to do once again, so have fun. I really appreciate if you didn't just force all of my initiative into the fucking stratosphere. That'd be grand. Wait. What? Please don't kill Celeste. I would hate that. Okay, that really sucked. That was bad. Move to the boss. Ghost Strike leaves me with 65, which is enough to sidestep out of there. And that does not trigger the... That does trigger the boss's interrupt? Excuse me? Since when? Well, this is bad. Candide, you've just got to get far away, annoyingly. This is as far as you could possibly get. Celeste, I would love to see this hit, but I'm concerned that it's not going to. Modesty, all you've got in the tank is detonating shot. And Spirit Haste, which I guess is something that you can do to True, which actually will get True to be able to swap with the boss, but at that point, you're in a bad position. Maybe. No, you'll be fine. True, you go up front. Hit the bot with the detonating shot. Loses a bunch of hit points. True, you're gonna need to move something like there before you swap with the boss. So let's move Modesty back one. Yeah, that goes off. 35 brings the boss there, and then I sidestep down. Yes. Ghost Strike on boss. Boss takes damage. Sidestep down. Gain armor. Don't die. Felicity's turn. Felicity can't do anything. So what's the point? I think she's just got to move up to be in the same zip code as Celeste. Boss does that. Boss does the interruption. Boss casts Ordeal, which is annoying as shit. Imbued Blade still misses. Boss gets to go again! I'm living a nightmare. Candide's the only thing Candide can do is just keep dancing. Dance the night away, Candide. Immobilizing the boss doesn't prevent it from teleporting, unfortunately. I can't get it to move further away, though. That's probably worthwhile. Yeah, sure. Do your stupid-ass interruptions. Swap with Candide. Yeah. Yeah, you're all down here. Ain't it great? Candide slowly hemorrhaging HP. Celeste throwing out imbued blades as if they're gonna hit, which they probably won't. True. You are the blade master we needed. You move up here. You go strike. Boss takes a pitiful amount of damage. You sidestep back down. This is your life. Modesty? I think you're able to put on multiple shots now. Question is, do I do 1 detonating shot and 2 normal shots, or do I do 3 normal shots? I think with the amount of armor that the boss has, then the most sensible thing to do would be a detonating shot and a normal shot. Interrupts next melee attack. Steals... I don't think I've seen the boss actually steal any hit points. Right, you're rooted. I don't think that's gonna do anything, but you're rooted. You're the rootinest tootinest. Keep dancing, Candide. Your dumbass teleport as per fucking usual. Force everyone's offset off. Okay. Yeah. Ordeal. Hardship. God damn. The boss's initiative offset is 20. Don't got nothing in the tank. Candide's slowly dying. If I swapped with Felicity, Candide could pull more armor off the boss. Felicity is going next. If there's any time to swap, it's now. Right, I don't want to move next to Celeste because she'll die. She might die anyways. I think she's been taking damage, but I don't know how exactly. Move down here. Blacksmith's Grace. Gain massive armor. Say a prayer that whatever this thing is doesn't kill me. Uh-huh. Drew's turn being right now is not optimal. Only move I've got is armor up. Holy shit, Candide actually pulled some armor off. That is immense. Okay, Celeste. Down here. Go strike. Oh no. Boss has reached next phase. Boss is pissed. What new bullshit has the boss got now? Instant action. Suffering sacrifices 2500 HP to increase its damage by 50%. I'm sorry, what? Marks a daughter and then kills her after 35 initiative units. Fuck off. This is bullshit. I killed this thing as an egg. It shouldn't have been able to hatch. And it still gets all of its fucking abilities? This is all I've got in the tank. I can move back, I can give true next turn. Ghost Strike. Oh no, I can't Ghost Strike from this position. Shit. Okay, I just need to force the boss to be further away then. I may have fucked up. I sidestep to a position. I go strike, and then I'm still at the center of the boss. I guess I would like to apologize to the boss? And that's all I've got going for me? Felicity, your only move is Blacksmith's Grace, otherwise you're just gonna keep... You're just gonna die. You've only got about 5 more turns than you otherwise. I mean, you're just gonna die otherwise, rather. What is the boss's ordeal doing now? 1050 damage. Yep. That's your option. Oh no. I think I fucked up. Wait. Okay, Felicity still takes 0 damage. Distress is bad. Could be worse. Holy shit, Candide gets to go. Move to the boss. Reaping to pull more armor. Oh no, fucking Reaping is a melee attack. What's the boss's reaction gonna do? Fuck. Back up. Stealing shreds most of the boss's armor. Yep, that's all I got. Oh no, why did I put myself on the same level as Celeste? Shit, 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 shit. Wait, what the hell? No. Oh, you son of a bitch. I think I'm taking more damage from the boss because I'm on a yellow square. Okay, up here. Go strike. So I had to step somewhere safe-ish. Oh, I get it. Hold on. That's how the boss's floor mechanic works. No? Where is it? Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Whatever. I'm pretty sure how the boss's floor mechanic works is he lays down these things, and then if your daughter takes damage on top of one of these things, it does a massive extra amount of damage, I think is what's going on. That's really annoying. Oh, Felicity's dead. Felicity's probably also dead after this shortly. Felicity is still alive somehow. I don't know. Throw out an intercepting round. Fuck it. Whatever happens, happens. There is nothing else for you to do. Felicity already has all the armor she'll ever have. You could Spirit Haste True, but it's not going to do anything. I think we're wiped. I don't know how to fight this fucking boss. Felicity's dead. Or not. Now she's dead. Celeste actually gets a fucking delayed slash off for the first time ever. True is going to die next turn because the boss is currently doing ridiculous amounts of damage. Maybe I was wrong to split the party across both sides of the map. Maybe I should have had them all in the center. There's not really much I can do at the moment. Let's see what happens. Oh shit. Well, True's dead. Do I save scum? Do I save scum? Do I scum the boss and save scum? Genuine question. Do I restart the boss? I don't think I can win against the boss in this condition. I think I need to have higher level daughters. Do it? Do it. Any detractors from that idea? I do want to try fighting the boss when it's closer. I don't think I'm going to be able to kill it, even if I keep my daughters closer to the center. So we're gonna use what we learned last time. But actually it's 8 p.m., so it's gonna have to wait until next stream. We're just gonna check to see whether or not the reset actually worked. Okay, the reset does work. You can in fact save scum fights. Oh. Alright, so Wednesday, we're going to try fighting the boss again. I don't think I'm going to kill it, even if my strategy was successful, because I will feel bad. If my strategy works out, I'll just take the L and then come back. We have all of the shards we need to approach the boss again quickly in the event that we want to do so. So I don't think it makes sense to do anything else. That's going to be it for the stream. Thank y'all for watching. VOD will go up whenever I remember to do so. Hopefully tomorrow. Depends whether or not I have time. Let's call that for the day. What do we got? Do we have any other side streamers? Or do we have anyone else streaming? We'll go send a raid over in that case in the event that I am correct. Back to Twitch. Who do we got going on? Other side. Other side. Thank you. Category. I am the only one streaming. Let's go. When did I sub to Big Yikes Energy? Or follow Big Yikes Energy? I don't remember. He's playing a horror game. Go raid Big Yikes Energy. Thank you all for watching once again. Big Yikes. Have a good evening.